This video is brought to you by Newer Professional Lighting and Photography Equipment. Newer sent me a 100-watt LED video light. It sits at 5600K. It's a Bowens mount continuous lighting system with a stand, softbox, and remote. And this thing has been my favorite upgrade to my studio over the last little while. And I'm just not just blowing smoke, man. I did a whole video on it. I'll tag it up here. It's shaved off a bunch of my editing time, as well as it's made my videos look nice and crispy and a lot more consistent, because with the light and the size of it and how good it works with my camera, it doesn't matter if it's daytime or nighttime or whatever. My outside lights don't seem to bother it. None of my other lights in my studio seem to bother it. So for my room, in my 10x12 room, this light has been fantastic. So Newer, thank you so much for the light. Check them out. I've got the link in the description box. My friends, let's get back to the video.
Turn on the radio, sounding like a disco.
What is going on, my YouTube friends, all my Smiler friends, my Patreon friends? I'm really hoping that this is going to make it onto YouTube. I did one of the Disney Plus, the backyard sessions, and it definitely got blocked. So I'm hoping the record will let me post some, because it's been a minute, man, and I miss hanging out with y'all. Let's do this. So we're jumping into Miley Cyrus rose-colored lenses. So all I've heard so far is Flowers and Jaded is the only songs I've heard. And I heard, well, everyone's heard the record version of Flowers. It was like the biggest thing to happen. And then I saw the backyard sessions of Jaded, but I haven't heard the original yet. So I am going to play it on here eventually, but I wanted to do this one so I could watch another live one, so on and so forth. So let's do this, my friends. I'm going to pull this up. It's a little bit transparent, trying to help myself out on it. And it's not a video anyways, so what else? Let's do this.
Stay like this forever, lost in wonderland, with our head above the clouds, falling stupid like we're kids, wearing rose-colored lenses. Let's just play pretend, wearing rose-colored lenses, pretend we'll never end.
All right, man, this is great. This is great. I love the instruments. It sounds like it sounds like it's like a piano, but it also sounds like there's like a really weighty bass. Like it might even be like an upright, but it sounds like he's just chugging on it. Just, you know what I mean? Great round, man. Great, like, I don't know if like a beat is the right word. It does feel like it's like a round, like a bit of a loop, but whatever that is, man, I like it. I like the story. It's very contrasting to kind of the other two that I've heard. And I was wondering where she was gonna come with the rose-colored glasses, and or lenses, I guess. And I like where she tied that in. So I want to hear a bit more of this. And her vocals sound great, man. Her vocals sound fantastic. Sounds like she's been taking care of herself. Sounds like she's been working hard. The spatial panning of it, we'll call it, the stereo image of her vocals, like almost wider than the band, and I like that. Modern producing, man. I'm taking notes.
We could stay like this forever, lost in wonderland, with our head above the clouds, falling stupid like we're kids, wearing rose-colored lenses. Let's just play pretend, wearing rose-colored lenses, pretend we'll never end.
So I also think, I'm trying to figure out what they're doing for her vocal. And I don't know what they recorded in. I haven't seen anything about the studio, but it sounds like, okay, so you typically, especially in a chorus section, you have multiple layers of maybe the same voice, maybe a whole bunch of layers of harmonies. We've all seen like the Ariana Grande stuff, lots of Miley stuff. There's lots of harmonies all over, call and answer stuff, all that stuff. There's just layers of it. And you need that to build, you need like a dB boost to give the chorus energy, right? And you can automate that with the band and stuff, but a lot of it is in the vocalist. And it sounds like they have a really clean vocal. And then I was trying to figure out if they had like a paired vocal that was distorted with maybe like a guitar amp or a preamp or something like that. And then I was trying to see if like maybe the lead vocal was just distorting a little bit. But I do think it's two. I think there's a clean vocal and a distorted vocal. And I do think it's preamp distortion, which I'll show everybody at the end of the video. But just trying to dive in, man. This is great. This is great.
In conversation.
This is so clean.
Drown me in your delight.
I want to catch that.
lost in wonderland.
I want to catch that moment there because I like how she's playing with like the rhythm of how she's announcing things. Like it's not rushed, but like she's almost pushing them together, so it gives more like kind of a like a fall over kind of timbre to it, instead of just being very rhythmic and just following suit and like kind of what you would expect. I like that, man.
If I had control over you.
Like she could sing "If I Had Control Over You." Like I don't know how it would line up, but like pushing them together like that, I like that. It kind of catches my attention, brings me back to the moment, right? I like it. It's clever.
We could stay like this forever, lost in wonderland, with our head above the clouds, falling stupid like we're kids, wearing rose-colored lenses. Let's just play pretend, wearing rose-colored lenses, pretend we'll never end. Let's stay like this forever. Let's stay like this forever. Let's stay like this forever. Let's stay like this forever.
Ooh, neat. It's like they had like some sort of like, I don't think oscillation is the word, but it felt like they had like the synthetic voices, the synthy voices that they've modulated, that's the word, and they've moved them down to follow the like the dissonant chord or the minor, like maybe seventh or something like that. That was neat. Right there. Very like Pink Floyd almost or something.
Let's stay like this forever. We could stay like this
Cool.
forever, lost in wonderland, with our head above the clouds, falling stupid like we're kids, wearing rose-colored lenses. Let's just play.
Great section. Like I think it's I think it'd be doing a lot of things, but it feels like it was written for like a piano and an upright bass, and I like that, man. And I could just be projecting a bit from watching the Backyard special, but it sounds like that's what it was written for, and that would make sense, right? You got to write for the performance.
Kids wearing rose-colored lenses. Let's just play pretend, wearing rose-colored lenses, pretend we'll never end. Let's stay like this forever. Let's just keep pretending. Let's stay like this forever. Let's just keep
It's kind of giving me like almost a taste of, what was it, Miley and her Dead Pets? Is that what it was? Is that the record? It's like giving me like almost a taste of that, but not quite, you know? Not like full send, but just a touch, just a microdose for the day.
Let's stay like this forever.
Neat. Great ending. Oh, it's gonna start again. Great song, man. I like it. I like it in contrast to what I had heard already. I think that, I don't know, man. I think she sounds great. I think she looks in shape. She looks great, obviously. I think she sounds fantastic. I think her voice sounds like she's been taking care of it. Did someone tell me that she quit smoking for this record? Was that a thing? I can't remember. I also feel like my camera's falling out of focus. Okay, so let's talk about preamp. So it was quite hard to tell. I couldn't really tell if and what they were using to get the distortion tones. So typically you run a microphone into a hardware preamp, and I don't really have one. So I have this guy. It's like an emulator. It won't actually boost the signal like you can on an actual preamp, but this will saturate and kind of respond the same way that a preamp would. So if I start pushing this, and if I start really barking at this, it might not do it because this mic's real quiet, but it should start getting, there we go. It'll start to distort. And it might be ugly in this just because it's distorting on OBS as well. But if you can get that to like a tasteful point, and you can mix it to balance out your really nice clean vocal. Now you have a big like it's sounding vocal, right? That's pushing all that like nice mid frequencies, especially in Miley's voice. It brings out kind of the grit. You can probably hear it in my voice. It's like, well, I don't need to get into the frequencies of it, but it's got like a natural distortion to it a little bit, a natural breakup. And this would kind of like emphasize that a bit. So you've got the nice clean vocal. Miley's vocal sounds great, sounds stunning, piercing, perfect, whatever. And then you've got something to balance it that gives all that like midsection push forward, which is nice in Miley's voice anyways. So great call, man. Great song. I'm really excited about this record. I'm excited to watch the live one. My friends, if you want to join me in watching the live one, it will be on Patreon, so this will be a shameless plug for that. If you enjoyed this video, I would appreciate a thumbs up and a comment down below. It's the best way to help my channel. And my friends, we'll see you on the next one.